Hey guys, I'm back in a new location. I have all of the lights on right now and the lighting is still terrible. Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my December wrap up, and I know I'm doing this really late, but I still want to share it with you guys. So yeah. Okay, December was a really bad reading month for me. I got 4 books read. I read 4 books. And I usually read 5, which I guess isn't that bad, except like for the first like 2 weeks, almost 2.5 weeks of December, I only read 1 book, and then I went on winter break and I read nearly 4 books over break. Love that. Let me just give you some stats on this month. I've never done this before, but they're really cool to see. So in the month of December, I read 1,390 pages. I read 4 female authors. I read 1 thriller, 1 contemporary YA, and a paranormal romance, and then like a romance. Maybe like a new adult or an adult romance, because it took place in college. So I'm guessing maybe adult or no adult. Also, I chopped off all my hair. This side's longer than this side, and I really need to get that fixed. So just don't pay any attention to that. Overall, I guess it was okay, but like I said, I was slacking at the beginning of the month, but that's not my fault because I had finals and I was super stressed out. But now I'm back. Had a little bit of a reading slump earlier this month, but you heard about that in my January wrap up. The first book, and I gave, okay, wait, we're not done with the stats. I had 3 4-stars and 1 5-star. So a really good reading month for like new favorites and stuff. So I made this spread of like title, author, my notes, ratings, the dates I read it. Also, here's everything I did in 2019. Anyway, I thought it came out pretty cool. So yeah, 4 books, not the best. Could have been better, but not the worst. So the first book I read this month was, I'll put it over here to kind of block out that light, was The Silence Between Us by Alison Gervais? I don't know how to say that. And for my notes, I said, I wish I knew ASL cute contemporary. This book is about a girl named Maya, don't know how to say her name, and she is deaf. And she actually moved schools. She moved from New Jersey to Colorado because her mom got a new job in Colorado. And so now she has to go to a hearing school where before she went to a deaf school. So it's a big transition for her. And she has this one friend, forgot her name, and she's super sweet. But then she meets this boy, Bo, and he learns sign language just for her, so he could talk to her. And I thought that was super sweet. And of course, there's other obstacles in the way, trying to get a job, trying to go to college. The sign language has always fascinated me. At my grandma's church, there's actually a interpreter for people who are deaf. And when I go to church with her, I just watch her. That's kind of weird, but I do. And it's so fascinating, and I really wish I knew ASL. I feel like I'm rambling on about this book, but I gave this book 4 stars. It was really good, and yeah, the beginning was kind of like chugging along, but the ending, it really picked it up, and it wrapped it up for me. Okay, the second book I read was The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I actually had this book, I think, on my October TBR, I want to say, for Halloween, and I couldn't get the book, but I've had it on hold this whole time, and I finally got it, and I read it, and I've never read a thriller before, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it's going to read. I didn't know how the plot twists were going to work, and this one, it was a little difficult for me to read because, like I said, I've never read a thriller before, so it was a little difficult chugging along, but wow. The ending like hurt my head. Like it was good. I gave this book 4 stars. I don't know what to expect from a thriller. but it I don't think it had the most like mind-blowing plot twist, but it was almost there. It was almost there. The third book I read in December, which was my favorite book of the month, was The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Now this is a hockey romance between this girl. Oh, okay. So it's about this girl. What's her name? I want to say her name is Hannah, but that doesn't sound right. But it's between this girl, and she likes this guy named Justin. I remember his name, and he is a football player. And so there's this guy in her class named Garrett, and he didn't do so good on the exam, and she actually did really good. And so he was like, hey, help me out, and I'll help you make Justin jealous. Like, seeing you with me will make him jealous and therefore want you more. So after, you know, contemplating all that, she said yes. And so they started this fake dating, and it was super cute, turned into real dating, of course. And Garrett is just the sweetest guy ever. I can't express the love I have for him. I actually read this book in like 1.5 days, and I have never done that before. So this is definitely a amazing read. Probably my favorite book of 2019, but I already put that video up, so I can't include it in there. I might put it in this year's video, because I mean that counts, right? So that book was so good. Hockey had the hockey, it had the conflicts, good conflicts, and I liked how they handled the conflicts, because there are some trigger warnings in this book. Trigger warnings for rape and domestic abuse, and I felt like they were handled really well, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, now the last book I read was Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. Almost said Fitzgerald. I gave this book 4 stars. This book is about a girl named Nora. Wow, I remember her name. Her name was Nora, and she's a sophomore, junior in high school. I'm not quite sure. And there's this guy, Patch, in her class, and this book really reminded me of Twilight, because like he's like, you know, Mr. Mysterious, and he can like read her thoughts and like send her messages, which is kind of what Edward does, not really. And then she also sent someone watching her sleep at night, which actually wasn't Patch, but that's another discussion for another time. So at the beginning, I was like kind of like meh, because this book is really like Twilight, but I just kept reading it because it kind of like had me hooked. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the beginning I was like Twilight, ending was amazing. It was a good ending. It wrapped it up so good, and I cannot wait to read the second book in the series. I don't know what it's called, but I literally own the whole series. So and also, isn't that book supposed to become a movie? Does anyone know if that's still happening? Let me know. But yeah, that book, whew, it was good. So those are all the books that I managed to read in December. I wish I could have read more, but hopefully January will save me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Follow my socials down below, and I'll see you guys next time.